Hi guys, Tibbox. That's me. Hello, this is me. Hello, look at my face. So I am presenting you guys 4 tutorials in this video, so hopefully I put annotations on if I'm not lazy. But these are 4 different designs, 4 different types of stores. They all look the same from the outside, and that's what's important. So you can put these all in like a room like this in your survival world, and you can just put instructions on how to intuitively make a transaction, and that's what I find most important, usability. Yeah. So each design, this one's a 1-for-1, this one's a 1-for-4 different items, variable number of items. This is a variable amount of items, and this one's a 2-for-1. But yeah, let's get on with the tutorial. Tutorials. So this is design number 1. The material list is in this chest, so you can take a look at that, grab screenshots if it will make you feel better about yourself or confident. These are your items that you put in the item sorter, and these are just various building blocks. And yeah, we will get started on the tutorial. Alright, so here we are. We're on a little platform in the middle of nowhere. First thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to build up the frame. So you do this, and you do this. Get back up, put a thing there, put a button there. You grab some droppers, you put one facing you, and you put one that won't face you back here. And this will create an interface. This button will power that dropper, but it won't power that dropper. Next up, you're going to want to come around here. You want to place a block here, hopper, hopper, and you're going to want to pull out a chest and put that right there. Now you're going to want to build your item sorter. This one like this. So you put 3 blocks like this, 1 block here, and 1 like there, right there. You put a torch here. You put a redstone comparator facing this way, 2 bits of redstone like this, and a repeater like that. In here, you put 22 items like this. You put them like that. And then up here, we put a hopper, and we put our chest. For purposes of the demonstration, I will make the case of 1 diamond equals 1 diamond sword. So you fill this area with swords. You put swords in here, and let's just fill it all up like that. So now when we put our diamond in, we get a sword, and we could do this again. We can leave the diamond there in there. You can get more swords. Yeah, then you're done. Yeah, design 1, done. Yay. So we're going to talk about design number 2. This sign doesn't really do it justice. It says 1-for-1-for-1-for-1-for-1. And what I like about that is you can do it for armor. You can put 1 diamond block, and it'll spit out armor. What I like most about it is this redstone. Yeah. So what goes on here is when it pulses, this repeater sends a signal up here, and it powers all these droppers, and they go into here. So this is where you store your items. You put your armor pieces in there, and they come out. One thing that is cool about this is that if you put extra hoppers going down like this, and droppers facing into the hoppers, and redstone, it can pretty much go on infinitely longer if you have repeaters. So let's get on the tutorial. This is your item list. It's not much different. Okay, it's very different from the other one, but yet remember, these 22 items are for your item sorter. 64 blocks means that it's just building blocks. And here we go. So we start off with our familiar array that looks like this from the first design. If you don't know what that is, just watch the first part of that part. And so now we do the same thing. We take our hopper and put them like that. And then we take our chest and we put it down here. And now we do our item sorter, which goes a lot like this. And we put a comparator out like this, to dust, torch, and a repeater. Now what we want to do is we want to put hopper, 5 hoppers in a line down like this, and we want to come on here, place droppers coming into those hoppers. So 4 hoppers like this. This is what's going to be powering. When these get a pulse, these hoppers will carry it down and it'll be all fine and dandy. Now we want to put dust right here, and we want to put a repeater like this. Then we put a dust here, and we're done like that. And we remove this block. Actually, we're not done. We put our 22 items in there. Alright, so now when we put in our diamond, you get a full set of armor. And keep in mind, it does not have to be diamonds. You could put any item in there. Say instead you wanted not to be so cheap. We want to deal money in diamond blocks. 2 diamond blocks for a full set of armor. So we put the repeater on 4 ticks. And we put 21 items in here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 21. And so this would require 2 hits now. So what I like to do is I like to replace this button like that. So it'll be faster clicking, and you put 2 items in there. First one goes through. Second one goes through. And you get your armor. Ahoy! Now we're going to do design 3, the most complex one out of them, because it does have a bunch of different mechanics. So this is the one for variable items. I did a lot of work compacting it, so it follows the same dimensions as pretty much all the others. This is also the only design that isn't silenced. So yeah, let's get on the tutorial. This is the number of items you need. If you notice, it's a little bit more. The 22 items go in your item sorter. The 64 items is a variable amount of items that regulates the clock, and this is the number of blocks that you'll need. Just not 64, but just you'll need a lot. Alright, so we're here with this familiar design that we all come to know and love. This is where things get tricky, and I'll try to explain it in the best way I can. So we're going to put a chest over here. We're going to put a hopper feeding into it, and we're going to put a hopper feeding into that one. Now we're going to put a block underneath over here like this. I'm going to put a comparator facing out of it. Now we're going to put a block here and a block there. Put redstone dust, redstone dust. And anyhow, we put a repeater, and we put another repeater, and finally we put a torch. And we put our 22 items in there like so. But so when you put in a diamond, that flickers off and ends up here. And when you don't put in a diamond, it doesn't pulse. I should actually demonstrate it from over here. When you don't put in a diamond, no pulse. And you don't get, it doesn't end up over there. It stays in here. So if someone is really intent on scrubbing you off, it may not even go through, but that's their own damn fault. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come under here like this. We're going to put the blocks like this. Then we're going to put dust on like this. We're going to put a repeater, and this is where we put the sticky piston. This is where the sticky pistons come in now. So we put a sticky piston like that, block like that. We put another sticky piston. We're going to put a block like that. Put block like this, and we will put a block of redstone right there. Then we will put our hoppers, shift click on them like that, and fall to ground, and you should end up with something like this. So when a diamond goes through, it gets pushed out like that. Now come over here. We're going to put a block here. We're going to put another block here. We're going to take two. We're going to take two comparators. Why are those not on the bar? Oh, they're over there. Put two comparators like this. We're going to put them feeding into blocks. We're going to put a torch on that one and a torch on that one. And we will do it like this. And so it powers it again once it's empty. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to meet up over there, but we're going to come over here. We're going to put 3 hoppers like this. And we're going to put a chest like that. Now we're going to place blocks like this. We're going to put a torch here. We're going to put some redstone dust leading like that. Also, we want to put a block like that, and actually you're going to make it inverted. Meanwhile, over here you're going to place 2 blocks. You're going to put 2 things of redstone here. You're going to get one more sticky piston. This is just right there, and you're going to put a redstone block on top. And then over here you're going to place a repeater. To fill in the number of items, you take for this tutorial we're going to put 16. We put it in here. Also fill in this hopper completely with items, and you should be good. So since we put 16 items in here, multiply that by 2, that's how many items should come out. So, and we use diamonds as currency, so if we put a diamond in here, everything starts functioning, that light stays on, and we should get 32 items. That light turned off. 32 items, there we go. For those of you who want the 2 diamonds for 16 items, what you have to do is come around, you see these repeaters, add 2 ticks. And in addition, come to this hopper that this comparator is feeding information out of, and take 1 out. So now, when you put first one, it does nothing, but the second one does something. Yay! And 32 items. Alright, final design. So this one, it takes 2 diamond blocks for 1 beacon, but if you change the repeaters and such down here, it can function as otherwise. And this one works similar in the way that it uses the one for X1 to create a monostable circuit, but it's also similar in this one that it only dispenses 1 item. In my opinion, this one, if you want to set it so it's a 1-for-1, it's a little more stable in my opinion in terms of server side stuff. But it is pretty tiny, and yeah, it is a little bigger than this one obviously, but it does serve its purpose very nicely. This is the item list, and yep, let's get on with the tutorial. Alright, so this is the back of our interface. The front of our interface is here. We're going to come behind, we're going to put our block here, we're going to put 2 hoppers coming down, and our chests. And since this is a 2-for-1, let's get back up here. We will place our item sorter like this, so we get our comparator. We need some dust, that is essential. Dust like this. and block underneath with a repeater flowing in and a torch. This repeater is on 4 ticks to allow 2 items to pass through. And then we're going to put in 21 of our desired item like this. So now it'll take 2 things to get it to 23, and 23 is when it'll get to here, and then it'll undo this for a little bit. Yeah, anyhow, now what you want to do is take out these 2. You want to put that there, and you want to put a dropper like this. It's very important that you use a half slab. Then you want to just place your redstone back like this. You want to put a hopper feeding into the dropper. You want to just place an arbitrary item in there, and then we come down like this. We place a comparator. This is your monostable circuit, and then we want to feed that circuit coming into this, a little torch tower. It's not a huge torch tower, I promise. And now we put a hopper facing in like that, a dropper like this. We put a hopper like that, and then we get 2 chests like this. This is going to be your bulk storage, and we are going to put a piece of dust like that, and you are done. And so when we put 2 items in here, we use these. First one should do nothing, and actually before we do anything, we should stock this up with something like these. But see, now that we are stocked up, we can press this again, and since we fed 2 items in there, we get our beacon, and we could do this again. And we get another beacon. So if you do not want to be like a greedy bastard and think beacons are easy to farm, you can simply put that on 1 tick again and add 1 more item to this. So now when you put 1 item in, we get 1 beacon. And that's how that works. So on my last tutorial video, I said I was going to put a world download, and I didn't, and the reason why is because I could, for the love of me, not figure out any of the file sharing websites. So what I have proposed as an alternate is joining a Plotworld server, and it's a very specific one. This one, if you look up in the up on the top row, I have joined the XPD creative server, and there are not too many people online right now. But if we just, I'll just put the IP address on here, and when you do, when you get in here, go to this IP, type this into your address bar thingy, this, and that will essentially teleport you to my plot. So let's do that right now. I only have 1 plot, and this is what should greet you. And now you're thinking, oh, what the hell is this? This isn't the thing we were just at. And I'm like, yep. I put it. It's all the way up here in the corner. You have to fly it. I'm sorry. Flying's fun though. So now once you get here, you can look at each design in its integrity. This should help you, aid you if my tutorial skills are just, which they are terrible, but yeah, you know